Before I get started with this story, let me give a shout out to Jason on Patreon for sending it to me. And this is coming out of Central Florida, where you have this man whose name is Carlos Aguirre Rendon, who is 29 years of age. And that is a struggling 29, because he definitely looks a little bit older than that, who has basically been arrested because this guy had the nerve to kiss one of his students in front of the class. Like, he just walked up to the student and kissed them on the mouth. Who does that? Like, I know there's some freak teachers out there, but usually a lot of them do their dirt behind the scenes. But this guy just walked up and kissed the student in the mouth in front of everybody like it was nothing. But let's go ahead and get into it. A Central Florida middle school teacher was arrested after being accused of kissing a student in class. Carlos Aguirre Rendon, a math teacher at Deltona Middle School in Deltona, is accused of kissing a 15-year-old student. After a weeks-long investigation, the 29-year-old was taken into custody Wednesday and charged with 2 felonies: lewd or lascivious conduct and witness tampering. According to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, deputies opened the case on January 11th when it was reported that Aguirre kissed a student on the lips in his classroom. It's unclear if class was in session at the time. Before that, the teen's parents had reported concerns to the sheriff's office. The mother said she'd seen Aguirre put his arm around her daughter at a park. According to interviews with witnesses, Aguirre often sought to be alone with the victim and appeared to be pursuing a relationship with her outside of normal teacher-student contact. The day before the arrest, deputies learned that Aguirre had been approaching potential witnesses at a park, asking about the student and telling at least one person not to talk to the police. So it pretty much, based on his statement, people saw him. People most likely saw him, knew him by face, and because his face stood out, they probably recognized him maybe as a teacher at this school. Maybe the school was located in adjacent to this park in which he was going to, so people could like pick him out and whatnot. Aguirre, booked into the Volusia County Jail under the name Carlos A. Rendon, posted a $12,500 bond and was released Wednesday night. Additional charges are possible pending the outcome of the investigation. Listen, these teachers are getting even more bolder if they're just going up in front of the classroom just to go ahead and kiss the student on the mouth. Now, they said that they're not sure if this happened during class or whatever the case may be, but I want to believe that it probably did, because they came up and they arrested him shortly afterwards. Because if you're looking at this picture right here, this is his mugshot. And I'm seeing pictures of him being arrested and carried out because of a body cam footage, and he's wearing the same exact shirt. So these weren't happening on 2 different days. He literally got arrested the same day in which he committed the act of kissing the student on the mouth. Like, what made you actually do that? It's bad enough that you was having an ongoing relationship with this student who was 15 years old, who's practically about pretty much half your age, because they said the student's 15 and he's 29. What's 1 year? He's almost double the age of this student. And he kissed her on the mouth in the class, most likely in front of other students, like it was nothing. Like, the boldness of it all. Like I said, it's bad enough he was doing this outside of class, but to do this in class, like, what were you thinking? Like, you just were begging to get caught. At that point, he just couldn't hold back them urges. If he could have committed another act in that classroom, and y'all know what I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised if it has gone to that point, because they don't specify a timeline of this relationship, but the way that he was walking around at a park holding his arms around this student, I want to believe that they've been, this ongoing relationship has been going on for some time, but they don't specify a timeline, but they were really close. But the fact that he was even doing it, I wouldn't be surprised if he could have committed another act where it went further in the class. He probably would have. Who knows? He was bold enough to do this. But yeah, it's some weirdos out here. Let's just simply put it on the table. It is some freaking weirdos roaming around here as we speak. And a lot of them are teaching your kids or teaching in classrooms. But this is nothing new. But I don't think I've ever done a story or come across a story where they've actually said that the teacher did this. Like, that's a new one for me. But either way, he's a sick individual, and I hope he gets the proper punishment that he deserves. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. If you have not done so already, make sure you go and hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video or go live.